In this video, I'm going to discuss the fundamentals of retaining your hard-earned muscle while following a fat loss program. Hey there, Jerome with Exalted Vigor Athletics. Thus far, I've talked about the fundamentals of using cardio and weightlifting for fat loss. However, in this video, I want to focus primarily on how your fat loss program does not come at the expense of your lean muscle. Though working out is a key component to retaining your hard-earned muscle while losing fat, I don't have the chance to illuminate you on the A to Z of accelerated fat loss. It's for this very reason I created the freebie ebook, Accelerated Fat Loss 101. This freebie ebook is designed to give you all the necessary nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle tools that you need to master fat loss and reach your goals at an expedited rate. What I want to do now is tie in a few key points from my previous AFL videos in order to depict a way that you can lose fat without losing your rightful hard-earned muscle. Firstly, in AFL 2.6, I discussed the 4 EVA fat loss protocols and how you can use them for your respective fat loss program. Each of these protocols varies in deficit strength and also varies in the specific fat loss goal that you're hoping to accomplish. For example, if you want to fully throw caution to the wind, then you'd follow AFL, or accelerated fat loss. Or if you want to follow a more moderate approach and you want to lose fat while also retaining or gaining lean muscle, you'd follow MFL, or moderate fat loss. Next, in AFL 2.5, I talked about the hormones responsible for fat loss, such as your thyroid hormones, ghrelin, and most relevant to this video, leptin. Leptin is your fat-burning hormone, which regulates long-term food intake, energy expenditure, and inhibits your hunger. When you follow a fat loss program for a long duration of time, your leptin levels will naturally decrease. And if you continue to let your leptin levels decrease without resetting your fat loss potential through refeed days, you'll reach a point where your leptin levels plummet and you'll be unable to lose fat. Additionally, if you try to force fat loss past this point, your weight loss will come in the form of muscle loss rather than fat loss. And it's this point that epitomizes what it means to be at a weight loss or fat loss plateau. Tying this all together, if you're too aggressive with your fat loss program, your leptin levels will plummet and you'll reach a fat loss plateau. And any weight loss past this point will come in the form of muscle loss. Is it worth it? I can't answer that for you. However, given that you're watching a video on how to lose fat without muscle, I'll go ahead and take a small leap of faith and assume that it's not. So onwards to answer how you can successfully lose fat while also promoting muscular retention or muscular gain. Firstly will be a term I've touted around a few times already, which is progressive overload. Progressive overload is a gradual increase in volume, intensity, frequency, or time for a specific training goal. This simple training fundamental can be the difference between keeping your lean muscle during your fat loss program or losing it like the money in your bank account when bills come a-knocking. Simply put, you have to keep challenging yourself physically so your body has a reason to adapt. When you're in a caloric deficit and you don't give your body a reason to adapt physically, you'll either remain in the same place or your body will protect itself from losing fat and instead lose muscle. By abiding by the fundamentals of progressive overload, you help ensure that you're making progress consistently regardless of the fact that you're in a caloric deficit. For your workout program, it means you constantly need to strive for another victory. Now, I don't mean adding 50 pounds to your max on a monthly basis. Rather, you need to constantly push yourself for micro victories. In time, these micro victories add up and compound into something much more significant than simply adding another rep to your set. Ultimately, your micro victories can be the difference between only losing 5 pounds of muscle during your fat loss program or 25 pounds. Tying the entirety of today's video topics together, your caloric deficit needs to be strong enough to ensure fat loss, but not so strong that it impedes into your workout performance. In other words, you probably want to follow an MFL protocol. Also, you'll need to make sure to regularly supplement your fat loss program with refeed days in order to reset your fat loss potential and keep your leptin levels from plummeting. Make sure to abide by the fundamentals of progressive overload and constantly push yourself throughout your workout program. Set a benchmark before you start your fat loss program and either match or beat this benchmark throughout your fat loss program. If you're able to see progress with your workout program while in a caloric deficit, there's a good chance that instead of just maintaining your lean muscle, you might actually be gaining lean muscle. However, if instead of seeing progress, you're consistently seeing a regression, there's a good chance that your caloric deficit needs to be dialed back to something less aggressive. If you recall, your free copy of the Accelerated Fat Loss 101 ebook can be found in the description below. Like our Facebook page or subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to get regular content updates. I want to thank you for watching this AFL video on how to successfully lose fat without sacrificing your lean muscle. I hope that you've been able to follow along and tie the numerous different components of the previous AFL videos into something concrete that helps you alter either your workout or fat loss program in order to promote an environment that takes you to fat loss nirvana rather than muscle loss avenue. That's it for today's video, and I will see you in the next one.